We're here today with Sandy Anthony, somebody who is near and dear to my heart that I have known for quite a long time now.
Yep.
And wanted to,
Seems like ages.
it has been ages, I think
Yep.
14 years or so.
Well, it depends on, a lot of things, like
But,
literally, like if that's literal or you know what I'm saying.
oh,
Um,
well, okay,
but
14 years in this life, in this
actually,
life.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 14 years in this life.
Yep. So, I wanted to, and we have worked together so well and for so long. I thought I would like to get you on here to just ask you some questions about working with me and the program I offer, like that I have offered, has been Trinity, and that's been built on and stuff like that. And so I wanted to start from the beginning because we started before that working on stuff, and I wanted to know what initially prompted you to start working with me.
Well, you had made a lot of changes in your life. That's what really prompted me. And I noticed the transformation. I'm like, whoa, she found something. So I started to kind of follow you and talk to you and was intrigued. I remember some things were a little out there for me at the time, but other things were like, oh, wow, that totally resonated. So I just kind of went with what resonated. And I was feeling limited at that time. I was a dedicated mom and wife and just kind of was stuck in my role and responsibilities and taking care of everybody else and not myself, and had some health issues I was still trying to resolve too. Hadn't quite gotten through all of those because they were big at one point, and we're getting better, but I just kind of felt stuck, felt limited. I felt like there was more. So yeah, I decided to work with you.
So yeah, that embarked on a big journey together in many ways.
Lots of fun and adventure.
Yes. So how would you say working with me and the programs you worked with me and have positively impacted your life?
Oh, there's lots of ways. Like it's positively impacted probably every area of my life. One thing that really stands out is I started to allow myself to have fun in life, to do some of the things I wanted to do, to learn, to grow, to expand, and not just take care of everybody else. Um, I had that's a very difficult choice to make when you're used to, when you're programmed and you're in the habit of doing everything for everyone else. Uh,
Right. First, right?
yes. So once I started allowing, like things started to open up, doors started to open, and then I was enjoying it. And I'm like, oh, wow. So, wow, I'm loving this. I'm loving this journey. Let's do more. And, just had that mindset of more, and also learned how to have courage to allow myself to grow and expand and discover who my authentic self is. And then it just became more adventurous and more fun.
Yeah. I mean, I would say you are such a different person today than the person I knew when we first met. It's just crazy incredible
Yeah.
to have seen you go through such a transformation, to not only just do this work with me, but then to then do it on your own professionally and then teaching it as well to others to learn it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I would say one of my biggest breakthroughs, well, that was a big breakthrough actually, just learning not to incorporate it for myself, because it really starts with us, right? We know that starts with self-development, self-responsibility, self-awareness, self-insight, um, shifting and changing all of that, which allows for inner transformation. And that's where we need to start before we can even help other people. We got to help ourselves.
Right.
Like
Right.
like the airplane, like the oxygen mask of the airplane. Help yourself, and then you're better help for everybody else. That the people that you impact. So that was huge. And then, but underlying that, even before that, I would say one of the biggest breakthroughs for me has been discovering I'm worthy. And we know that's an underlying core spiritual issue for almost everything on this planet. So it's so important to understand that and to allow it, to believe it, to remember it. And that, again, allowed me to expand even further because I'm worthy to. I'm worthy to do this. So if I ever stop to question something, but I can't because that negative self-talk, right? I can't because, and that's just the programming. That's
Mhm.
the habits that we
Cultural,
got into.
absolutely.
Cultural, personal experience, personal perception, interpretation, so many things. And when you realize you are worthy of anything and all of it, I mean, that's totally life changing. Totally. And then
I
I was able to help to allow myself more self love because I'm worthy to love myself, self care, self nurturing, self respect.
Well, and you've done a complete a complete about face in your life too. So I want to go back for a minute to a conversation we had, and I don't know, it was pretty early on, but I remember when I asked you if you could do anything your heart desired, like if you could follow your heart, what makes your heart sing, what would you do? Remember? Do you remember that conversation?
Yes.
Because I remember the hesitation. I was like, nope, nope, because there was the ego,
Yeah.
cutting in with the butt. But your answer to me was, I want to dance.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And you're
yeah.
like, and then you were like, but, and then the butts
But
came
I
in.
can't.
Right, but I can't.
All the
And I said,
butts
well,
came. I can't because, but I can't because I can't because of that. And so
uh,
many excuses I had.
oh, because we give ourselves 1,000 excuses, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, what if you just let yourself do it? And so years later, you do it in your own way, in a way that you find fun and loving, right? As part of one of the many things you do, and I think that really opened you up to so much.
Yes. That would be probably um, the biggest breakthrough that I had. I mean, there's words are so limiting. So the biggest practical change, transformation slash breakthrough that I'm still experiencing that's out on the surface too. It's not just the inner inside of me, but it's evident on the outside as well. And that would be that, like allowing myself my purest joy, what truly makes my heart sing.
Because I think you had, when you told me, when we had that conversation, you had never, ever mentioned dance in a conversation before that. I was totally surprised. Like, I was like, what? Really? Like, you've
Yeah.
never talked about dance before, like as something that you're passionate about. So that was great. And I think part of part of that finding, like, and you have changed your life considerably, and it's really got a completely different foundation for you now. Um, and you're still finding what that, full expression and passion and truth are.
Hmm.
And and I just that's why I wanted to talk to you, because you just shine so beautifully and you have such a great, you know, transformation story. So, would you say that a lot of it had to do with the stuff that we did together that started it anyway?
Absolutely. Yes. Trinity One, all the understandings, the conscious, deepening into the conscious understandings of life and our existence and connecting to your higher self and the meaning of it all.
Well, which translates into, like, we talk about it in some what's the word? I can't think of the word. Non-tangible ways, but there are some very tangible results, right? Which is, being relationships that you want, that serve that passion, that being in a career or a job that serve the passion and allow your heart to sing, and finding what your authentic self really looks like, because of, we do have a lot of cultural, social belief system conditioning, right? That we're taught from early ages, that this is what you should be. This is what a woman should be. This is what a wife should be, or a mother should be, or a father should be, or a husband should be. And we spend so much time on that that we often forget about ourselves, but then that causes all these other things. So we did the work together, and you also were able to resolve a lot of physical challenges that you had too,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. A lot of health challenges that I was still dealing with. I got so much further along with that and able to see it in a different light, and able to see it without judgment. That was the hardest part because we so want to judge that, right? Why is this happening to me? And it's easy to blame an outside force or source, and
Mm-hmm.
really it all comes from within. So it's very important to know how
Yeah,
to.
so it's
Yeah.
relationships, it's career, it's health, right? Physicality, it's our consciousness, which of course, encompasses the whole thing. Is there anything else that you think was related? I think that pretty much covers most of it.
That covers most of my stuff. That's
Yeah.
the big one. That's the big ones anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, able to. So in career wise, yeah. So I teach dance now. I don't think we mentioned that. Once I got back into it and allowed myself to do it, bring it back out on the shelf, and little by little, I realized, oh wow, I'm not too old. I can still do this. It started to come back to me. You get back in your groove again. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. I just had to stop judging and let it happen. And then year and a half later, I think I started teaching classes because I just had to. There was something inside of me that said to do it, to get out there and teach. And I just love teaching. I love teaching more than taking other people's classes. This is what I meant to do on the side. I work full time at Costco, and that was another shift.
And you
Shift.
love that. And you
I
love it.
love, that was a surprise. Yes, how much I knew I would like it a lot. Wasn't sure how much and how long lasting it would be, but the surprise was getting back into corporate America and loving it, finding a place that you really fit in, and loving that and not judging corporate America like I used to do.
Well, and still having the bandwidth to do all the things. I mean, as it's just one of the facets that you've explored about yourself, that you love interacting with people every day and all that kind of stuff. Well,
Mhm.
that translates to the dance and the movement of the body, and it also translates to the spiritual stuff as well, which, was like we were talking about, that a lot of the non-tangible stuff we talk about is actually the tangible, like, manifestations, that we create.
Right. What you're working on inside of you is going to manifest itself outside of you in one way, shape, or form. And that's how we can kind of constantly keep tabs on ourselves too, not just what we're feeling inside, but look at what's happening. These are the tangible results. And
Mhm.
yeah, I love my job at Costco still. I've been there almost 2 years, and it's just surprisingly how much, because it fits my personality so much, and I have all the things I love there, pretty much, almost all the things I love there. I don't
Well,
have dance, although there are times when we're running music and doing specials like trying to raise donations for the Children's Hospital. They might play music. I'll start dancing and get members to follow along with me. So I am kind of using it there, but they don't play music a lot. Or I'll dance at the door when I hear somebody demoing a stereo because it's within hearing distance. I'll start dancing, and some of the members will smile and watch, and others will join me. It's fun for everybody.
right. Well, and it's because you come from a place of joy now, which is
Yeah.
a very different foundation of living than many.
Yes. Yes. So
And
important.
people don't realize how much of a difference that makes in itself in everything we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so important to love yourself
So,
and
so
have joy.
who would you recommend, who would you say from your perspective, would be great to work with me?
Um, a person who feels very limited and or stuck, feels like there's more in life, because there's always more,
Always more.
and and willing to be open-minded and expand and grow and go within, and let you help them go within and see, just open up this magical journey, because that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's great. So I actually have one other question that came to me while sitting here. So what one thing would you say makes me different from others out there doing this kind of work? Because there's a lot of them today. So
Okay. you bring your authenticity, first of all, your personality, your joy, your transformational story. And that's going to be different than anybody. And that's very, very unique and very, very special. And you get very deep into you. Well, there's two sides to this. You get very deep with internal consciousness, but can do it in practical ways. And you found a way to simplify the process, make it easy and quick, some, habits you can get into every day that don't take a lot of time, that really can transform your life. And it is a magical journey.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandy. That was fabulous.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Anytime.